We're going to explore the business plan behind Kidville when Money for Breakfast returns.
Our next guest was one of the founders behind Cozy Restaurants, the salad and sandwich chain that went public in 2002. Now, Andy Stenzler may be looking for lightning to strike twice with a new franchise opportunity. Kidville features music classes, painting sessions, even a salon, all for the under $5 set. Alexa sat down with Stenzler and asked how his experience building the Cozy franchise has played in building Kidville.
Well, you know, Cozy's was a large retail chain. We were in 11 states and had over 100 locations when I left, and you learn a lot about expansion and how to scale the business. So use operational systems and information systems and people skills. So there is a lot of back of the house stuff that's the same at Kidville as Cozy, even though the customers, of course, are extremely different because we didn't have many 0 through 5-year-olds eating Cozy sandwiches.
Exactly. You know, I was reading that in your bio, because you and your wife have built these businesses together, that one of the reasons you decided to do Kidville is you all of a sudden looked down at your daughter and you said, wow, this is a business strategy here because my kids have to do something during the day.
What happened was Shari was going to her first Mommy and Me class in the city. Kylie was 6 months old. She gets there. She has to drag the stroller down a flight of stairs into this dingy converted dance studio.
So true. And
she was like, oh my God, you're never going to guess what it's like being a mom in New York City. And voila, that was the beginning of the story that eventually became Kidville.
You know, I said to you before you sat down, I remember when the brochures first started going out about Kidville because I was totally obsessed. I have a 6, a 4, and a 1-year-old. And the one thing about them and the facilities is they're really top-notch, beautiful facilities. They must cost a pretty penny.
Well, you know, it costs $1.5 million to put up a large-scale Kidville. And we also have little Kidvilles that are called Kidville annexes, which cost about $300,000. But we were really the first to come along and spend money in the space and say, you know what, people want clean, safe, and secure facilities, along with tremendous programming and tremendous customer service.
You know, for people who are at home right now who are watching, I recognize Kidville because Kidville is the name in New York City. But talk to us about where it is across the country and what you're doing in terms of franchising.
Well, we've been so successful in New York City that we've, you know, over the last 2 years, we've worked with some of the most world-class franchise consultants, Michael Side Associates, in order to develop our franchise program and to launch. And we just recently launched, and we just recently announced that the first franchise Kidvilles are going to be in Dallas, Texas.
Very
and
cool.
We're going to be announcing many more.
Wow, and as you mentioned in the beginning, $1.5 million to start one. One of the annex ones is $300,000. For people who are at home listening to your story right now of what you and your wife have accomplished, how do you start? Where do you begin? Where are the steps to start something like this? Because this is an ambitious plan.
If you don't have your own capital, you put together a group of people, just like we did. We said, hey, you know, we've got a great business plan. We're going to do something great for the community, and you're also going to make money. So many of our franchise candidates are small groups of people. They come from all sorts of different backgrounds across the country. We've got over 1,000 requests for Kidville franchises nationwide, and there's no typical. It's groups of people, it's people who have their own capital, it's large chains that would like this to be their next chain.
You know, is it recession-proof? I mean, are you seeing any slowdown in business because of the concerns about the economy?
Well, you know, I don't know if anything's actually recession-proof, but we've got a lot of Teflon to Kidville, I'll tell you that for sure. I mean, people will always spend money on their kids. That's the American way, it's the world way. And so, you know, we haven't seen any impact to Kidville's business, and in fact, it's going the other way.
All right, Andy, thanks so much for joining us. I appreciate it.